Hello. How are we doing today? Hope you guys' weekend has been going all right. Happy birthday? Not yet. All right. Hi there with the bits. Thank you. I've stolen. Let's see how accurate this is. What is that cat, dude? So how do you guys feel about the daily last night? That was a funny daily, right? Huh? some of these camera movements, like, I like the intensity of the level, but I think some of the camera movements, like, add just a little too much, you know, a little too much going on. That's kind of difficult to see. Some of these parts are a little too bright, unfortunately. It's also kind of hard to see what game mode you are at most times. Sup, Alvaro? Oh yeah. It's got a couple of gameplay issues, but it's got decent enough intensity. Okay. I do see we have a skip request. I'll get to it at the end of the first 5 in order. I've already seen this. Sent it for a feature. Already seen this. Sent it for an epic. Seen this, decided to not send it, and has not been updated. Yo, Isuki with the bits. How you doing? Let's see if this is finally a level that I've not played yet. Thank you. Hold up. Quick level I did for memory. Alright. A memory level. I like this sky gradient. It's a really pretty color. Geomax, please put your level into the form. I do not play ID sent in the chat. Thank you very much. Is that all? Lands official, just like I said with Geomax. Place your level in the form. I did not play levels that are sent in chat. Thank you very much. That's a very long outro dashboard. I think it's cool. It's pretty. Got good vibes. Plot design is, 1.0. Basically a layout, but it's still cool. Alright, we've played the past 3, so technically that was the second level? Yeah, because I already seen this. Okay. So that was technically the second level, so we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. I see. So this one. 7, 8. We stop at number 9 on the queue. Okay. It's confusing. Yeah, if you guys know that I've already sent a level, why do you send it again? There's no point in sending a level I've already sent. Or requesting a level I already sent. I'm just going to go to the next level. And like, if I reject your level, and you don't update it, and then you request it to me again, I'm also just going to move to the next level, because you basically just wasted your request doing that. This has got some pretty good atmosphere, this level. I mean, like, this whole thing with, like, you know, the flowers on top of these blocks, we've seen it a million times. I mean, this is 3 years old, so I guess it was before the whole flower thing became overdone. So, I think it's still good. Alright. Good parallax here. See, it's using the IVTL effect. Do wish there was a little bit more song representation, like some pulses would be nice in the blocks. Like, you do have a very slight area tint going on, but I think it's not necessarily enough in my opinion. Interesting. I think a star rate should be fine for this. Does kind of also end in an odd spot, so. Alright, this will be the last of the ones in order, and then we will do that skip request queue. So yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on in the chat? I see people talking about other mods. What's going on? Just talking about platformers. I do play platformers. Unless it's like a long platformer, or a platformer that I have to actually, like, you know, put some effort into figuring out, then I won't play it, because I can't be bothered to do that. Not really worth it, in my opinion. Not bad so far, although we are coming up on the end of the level. Got some decent designs, not too empty though, in some parts. But I think that there could be a little more just general air deco, so I think a star rate should be fine. Alright, now time to look at that skip queue. That's such a feature worthy. I mean, maybe in your opinion, but as far as I'm aware, I'm the mod. So another Nero video. Dislike. Alright, back to the video. What is this? What is this? Wrong video link? Oh my god. What is this? Either way, still. W dislike. This page isn't available. Yay. We love when people don't update their YouTube links. Okay, this looks better. Oh, the freaking natural disaster song, peak. Funny how the title says mod level request, no IDs in chat, and most questions are you a mod? Go play my level. Yeah, people are just like, I don't know. The average IQ in a mod level request stream for some people is like -50. I don't know what goes on in some people's heads. Like I literally say in the announcements as well, like when I do the pings, like, hey, no IDs in chat. Like, and people are like, wait, where do I send my ID? Do you choose the IDs from the chat? Like, bro. This isn't too bad. I think there could be a little bit more substance, like some of the colors could be a little bit improved. Because there's... Random explosion, alright. The world just got sliced in half. Okay. Interesting. Still waiting for that stream. That's literally just no IDs in chat, nothing else in the title. People would still get confused by that. Maybe I should try IDs in chat. I'd rather not. Because I'd rather be able to, like, you know, actually look at my chat. Putting the IDs in chat. And that's why I never used LokiBot either. Because LokiBot, or whenever LokiBot was in the stream, like, people would just be spamming, like, oh my god, what's my queue? What's my position? I need to know about my position. Like, why? You don't. There's no benefit to knowing your position in a random queue. Alright, that was the last... Or that was the skip request that we had at the beginning of the stream. We also already did the first 5 in order. So we get to do the random queue now. So we start at number 10. Because we had a couple that were duplicates that I've already seen before. And we go up to 379. Alright, 207. If that isn't a sketchy lighted down video, then I don't know what is. Especially no offense for a level of this quality. Why is GD Monkey? What did you do? Why are you here? You can see the request? I can, you can't. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. Why there's a GD Monkey appearance? Could not tell you. Yeah, I'd not be surprised if this level is like-botted. Alright. That was a level. It's like a 6-star, I guess. I feel like it would be really good if there was a filter for levels I would already seen. Where? In game or on my form? Because that'd be too hard to manage. 391. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to manage. I just wouldn't put in the effort to try and manage it because, you know, just don't request a level I've already seen. Simple as that. What is this? Average scratch platformer, yeah. In that there's not much deco effort, unfortunately. Kind of wish there was a little bit more put into the deco, because it is very, very static. I mean, at least like the scenery is like somewhat changing. It's supposed to look like that, I know, like, but doesn't just because it's supposed to look like a certain way doesn't mean I like how it looks. Okay, sure, that somehow worked. As far as I'm concerned, you know, that's not how basketball works. You don't go from the bottom of the hoop. Alright, I'm just skipping through. Alright, congrats. Well, yeah, I mean, the gameplay is cool, but obviously, like, you know, whereas there's a bit more effort put into the deco to make it look a little bit more intriguing. Like, sure, it is supposed to be like a remake of something, but the most I can really send that for is star rate with the gameplay hard carrying. Because, you know, the freaking difficult, or no, the difficulty, the bar for rated platformers is set so low. I don't know why. Like, we really need to... I'm about to start just, like, not sending a platformer if it doesn't have good deco. Because it is too low. And people just expect something to get rated, another platformer. This has no video, plus it's a demon, so you failed on this account. I'll look at this later. $409. 136. Alright. Wave in gray. This definitely gives off like a early 2.1 modern style. It does look quite outdated, unfortunately. Is this also like a 9 circles level or something? Ain't no way we're getting a modern 9 circles level. Oh boy. That's a bit of a poor transition. Unfortunately, I feel like this level is just a little too simple for my liking. Typically with modern levels, I like to have a bit more expressive colors, and this general grayscale just isn't the most appealing to look at, unfortunately. I do appreciate the effort of having a, I would also fix this transition. Yeah, I would fix that. I do appreciate the effort of having like a somewhat unique take on the 9-circle style. Because I still get requested levels that are just basic 1.9 9-circle style, and you know, that's not getting rated or sent by me. What the hell are you talking about, Nicholas? You're just spamming something. It's not making any sense. The death, blah blah blah. I'm gonna give him advice. A mod said to not be rude. Anonymous were rude, and one guy said I'll shut up, and then the streamer calls him a piece of shit and says you fucking loser, you're manipulative. You're just spewing nonsense. I don't know what any of that means. Well, yeah, unfortunately the deco doesn't really do it for me. $421. 342. Luigi Circuit. Those Goombas are, they're a little cooked. Alright, apparently gotta jump there. You can see the top of that structure. I mean, that was pretty fun. I do think that part earlier with like the falling boxes, I would get rid of those indicators because that kind of like defeats the purpose of there being falling boxes. Is there a way to see the queue? There is not. I think a star rate should be fine for that. I didn't read your feature message twice? What? What happened? What do you think about the fact that you got 3 cents on your level yesterday and it's not rated? That's a very common occurrence. So, there's no guarantee that a level will get rated the same day that it gets sent. Plus, yeah, there's like a million messages in chat. 435. $46. There's a Nong. Better have a good replacement or I'm not sending it. I mean, it sounds like a cover. Kind of a cooked cover, though. That snare is, I don't know about that snare, bro. As for the level itself, it's not bad. It's got some deco choices I wouldn't particularly do, but it's got some neat colors here and there, with this part having some of the better so far. Secret way. I found the secret way, guys. I'll definitely fix that. Yeah, there's some decent amounts of effort put in here, which I can appreciate. Unfortunately, it is kind of taken down the quality with the amount of shaders that are going on. Like, I feel like the amount of like glitch shaders and then the ever persistent radial blur just really takes down the quality. I do not like levels that have a lot of radial blur in the slightest. Lone Tech, do you not know what a form means? Because it seems like you don't. Also, what's up, Raving Raptors? I see you over on YouTube. Hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, this level is kind of ruined, unfortunately, with shaders. I wish that there was just, like, you know, a little bit more clarity, and the shaders kind of just, like, take it out for my liking. So I will personally not be sending this one. Still waking up? Fair enough. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. 4:51. I'm obviously, like, you know, we got to manage the chat because for some reason level request streams, people don't understand that there is a form to place your level into, and people expect that when I see, or whenever they submit their level to the form, that I will 100% see it, even though I've said it a million times now that it is random and you do not have a guaranteed chance for me to see your level. Some people just for some reason cannot grasp that in their heads. I don't know how. Goated song choice for this. What form? Thank you for the bits. One of these streams, I should do a stream, but I disable the chats, so you can't talk in chat, but you can still like request your level, because obviously people do not understand. People do not understand the idea of a form. Once again, radial blur shader, not 100% on that one. Like, I'm fine with radial blur shaders in very small usages, but putting it like over an entire part just ruins it for me. Gameplay in this level is pretty good though. We'll see how it turns up here with this drop portion. Ooh. Unfortunately, I think these shaders, not the shaders, these colors are a little too saturated. This, like, very saturated purple, it just never really looks good, unfortunately. That was a fun duel at the end. I get levels from a mod and rate them. What? Why are you trying to spread misinformation? I am the mod. I don't rate levels. Only RobTop rates levels. But yeah, pretty fun gameplay. Deco is a bit underwhelming in parts, so I think a star rate should be fine. I see we do have a skip request, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Oh, wish I knew that there was, you know. I can definitely see the ideas here. It is a little underwhelming, but I do appreciate the effort. Ugh. Ruined by the sound effects. I do think the song representation isn't all there. Like the song is, you know, got some energy to it, but the level's not that energetic. I wish there was just a little bit more, like, the level itself was quicker, or there could have been a little more, bit more like pulse work or something going on. Just something to match the song intensity. I mean, the parts here, these block designs look nice, actually. Like, these colors are pretty good. I think there could be a little bit more going on in the backgrounds. Like, you have this very large dark blue space right here that it's not really being filled up to the best of its, you know, potential. I also think that the disconnect between parts is a little too harsh. Like, there's not really much, you know, okay. Not really much connecting the parts together, which is a little bit unfortunate. Is HSV my newest level? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's just a little bit too much disconnect for my liking, and there just needs to be a little bit more polish. I would get rid of these sound effects as well, because that really just takes me out of it. I mean, this part's neat. Could be a little bit more going on in the background, though. Like, the rotating clouds are pretty cool. But I do feel like that just the general intensity is lacking here. A little bit too much, unfortunately. Yeah, not a bad start of a level. Or some days don't quite realize that these forms can hit like 400 levels in a matter of minutes. Yeah. I think it's also people not realizing that I'm also streaming on Twitch. Like, I have 189 viewers on Twitch right now. Versus, how many do I have on YouTube? I can't see. 100 on YouTube. So, like, I have like almost 300 people watching right now across both platforms. So I just think that people just can't realize that, like, there's a lot more people here than it may seem. 480. 267. Oh, there you are. Platformer. Hello, dude. Something doesn't want to download. It's not a song. Okay, sure. This is a 7 moon. Alright. So far, wow. So far, I'm dead. I feel like there could be a little bit more going on with these colors because they're kind of uniform. Doesn't really allow for like a highlight or something like that, which I personally think that this level really needs. Like using the spikes, that was loud, dude. Using the spikes as the same color, having the spikes be the same color as like the surrounding details, just really there's a lot of potential that's just not taken care of. Yeah, how much of a chance do I have that your level will be seen, I'm assuming? Currently, you have a 1 in 488 chance. So, odds currently aren't too good for you. I'm just gonna go ahead and, alright, follow my death there. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I need that to pass this. Yeah. Those sound effects are really loud. I don't know where to go. I'm going to the right. Yeah, I think that some more color work in this level will be really nice to see. Just because it's all this one blue color. I would also turn on Don't Fade, Don't Enter on these objects because you can see them fading out on the sides of the screen. I did not see that. So there's definitely like some work to be done. There's something glowing above me. Yeah, I just don't really like it when platformers don't fade, don't enter on. Just because it makes it look a lot more messy. But I do like some of these gameplay mechanics though. Any kind of extra layers would be nice. What's up, VisiTech? I would agree as well. It is a little bit underwhelming there as well. Very empty in the backgrounds. A lot of these block designs have like these large open areas right here, and there just could be a little bit more going on there. I'm gonna assume / hope we're nearing the end. Frickin' YouTube sounding ending. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential that's unfortunately missed with this level. So I will not be sending it. Alright. Have we reached 500 levels yet? Ooh, 497. Almost there. 214. Gotta scroll all the way back up, dude. Alright, there we go. Polaris by Team Proxima. How do you use the invert color trigger? You place it down and you invert your colors. There's definitely a lot more options, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Ban Zing Blast GD. What's bro doing? Can I review your friend's level? No. Because you didn't put it in the form. The form's too complicated? I'm sorry that it doesn't work for your pre-algebra brain. Alright, this just looks like Polaris. Can't say I'm too surprised that the level looks like this, though. These colors are pretty, though. I like this. Like, a lot of people need to realize that snowy atmosphere can have these colors in it. Like, these more desaturated colors. You know. It doesn't always have to be a blue color scheme. Oops. There's a random flag back there. Alright. Also, that's the most dull moon I think I've seen. For once, the moon doesn't have bright colors, and it feels weird. Been not bad effort so far. Jump ring. I can't tell what gravity I'm supposed to be, bro. Oh, there's a jump ring inside that portal. Gotcha. Still waiting to send your level? What? Not bad. I would definitely say that synchroned part is probably the best. I think if there's a little bit more consistency with the deco quality, I probably would send this for feature, but I think for what it is currently, I'll send it for a star rating. The form is too simple to fill it in personally. Cannot complicate it. Let me put in some calculus questions in there. Alright, 506. 222. Dual level. There's a lot of random jump orbs here. I'm not sure how I feel about it. The blur here, once again, get rid of it, please. Yo, what's up, Techno? How you doing? This gameplay gimmick is at least, you know, fun. But the radio blur, bro. I don't know why everyone likes to use a radio blur, but I think people should know by now that we don't like it. Yeah, the level at least has some cool gameplay parts. I do think the deco itself is a little underwhelming at parts. Also, this is a bit more difficult than the rest of the level. You know, let's just become a dual wave. Screw your gimmick. What happens? Oh. This is supposed to be 2-player? No. It's just 1 player. By the way, that ending was very, very unbalanced compared to the rest. What is stream username? I don't know, Zingblast_GD. What would be your stream username? I'll let you figure that one out. His username might be Zingblast_GD. I don't know. Can't tell. Why is probably you're spamming that, dude? Sure, you can get banned. Actually, no, I meant to ban you, not warn you. How do you ban someone? Unless they already got banned. I can't tell. Yep, GD Monkey banned them. Yo, Lorray with the raid, how you doing? Welcome. Alright, but yeah, this level was very unbalanced, unfortunately. The gameplay gimmick was decent, but I feel like it kind of led itself to be really unbalanced. Hate to say it. The deco itself was okay, but unfortunately it was also brought down a lot by the the radio blur that was there for like most of it. But yeah. Next level, 516. Pretty tired? Fair enough. How's stream going? Not too bad. We've had a couple people in chat who lack like basic common sense and, you know, elementary school understanding, but beyond that, there's been some decent stuff. It's an unfortunate but extremely common somehow occurrence. Like, the thing that's always funny with these level quest streams is, like, they're over here doing this, like, just being stupid, not having basic common sense, or, like, basic, like, problem-solving skills, but, like, they're also, like, the top people who, like, send death threats to others. Like, I don't get it. A lot of missed potential here with the song representation. I'll throw IDs in chat on screen and title and pin and somehow get spammers. Someone's just trying to tell me to dox me. They'll dox me for not playing the level. Oh my god. That's funny. Yeah, a lot of missed potential unfortunately here with this level. Just because there's a lot more song representation that just was not matched here, unfortunately, so I'll definitely not be sending this. I've already seen the bloop and decided to not send it, so if you send the bloop, I will not be playing it. 525. 55. Tetris. Another 1.0 level. Wow. Although, okay, what did I say? I said 4001, so. Yo, Pulse Monster, please read the title. Thank you very much. But yeah, I have made it very clear in past streams that I kind of want to stop being requested these levels because I don't know, I don't like them. They're just like, I'm getting very tired of these 1.0 levels. Nothing against Scully Hop, but it's just like, you know, these levels are they're just getting boring to play. And like I always get them. Like every stream I feel like I'm playing at 1.0 level. And it's just like, oof. Should have started playing the game 13 years ago if you want to make these levels. Like the thing with a 1.0 level like this is that it has to have interesting structuring for me to remotely enjoy it. My gameplay in these levels are all like, I don't know. They're all really similar to each other in that they're very straightforward. Don't really have too many interesting ideas, unfortunately. But yeah. That's the only thing that's like, I mean, sure, other moderators can enjoy those levels. I won't, you know, fault anyone for enjoying these, just because, you know, everyone has their own opinions. But I personally am growing tired of them, so I will not be sending them. Okay, 529. Considering how many of the 1.0 levels they lack originality, yeah. We roll 368. The quantum process. Would I send a 1.0 level that has more than 100 ways? Probably not. I got requested a 5-minute 1.0 level yesterday, I think, and I did not send it. What is this remix, bro? At this point, he's used the regular song. Because this piano is kind of cooked. As for the level itself, there's a lot of messiness going on, like a lot of things that were definitely missed. Like, you know, this glow right here, you know, the glow right here, missing your corner pieces. You know, a lot of stuff that was overlooked. So definitely go back through and make sure you get those, you fix those details. I'm not the biggest fan of the shadows overlaying the screen here. Also, you're missing your corner pieces here as well. Yeah, there's a lot of messiness here, unfortunately, which just goes into not like a lot of good attention to detail and polishing. What did that just say? Recovery mode initiated. No, boss fight. Saw Blade boss fight, I guess. Shout out to the sound effects. We just stabbed the Saw Blade. Get absolutely stabbed. Reset soon? Yeah, in a couple of minutes. Maybe even after this level. Does the RE affiliated with this level question affect whether or not your level gets played? It does not. It's just more of a like curiosity of, are you sending in a level that you made a part in or something, or are you just sending some random level? I'm not playing this level dashing since 5, alright? I'm not doing that. Yeah, this level lacked a lot of polish, unfortunately. Wish there was a little bit more improvement. The colors as well could have been improved. But yeah. Alright. Go ahead and reset the form. The funniest part about form resets is when I say I'm resetting the form and literally 5 minutes later I'm going to get someone in the chat that says, "Did you reset the form?" Linking a spreadsheet. Taking a little while to do that. Please work. Thank you. Remember, please answer the question properly. I will be changing it if I see anything regarding breakfast foods. I will not be playing a level because that means that you did not fill out the form in its entirety. Okay? Okay. Form is now open. I'll be rolling the first 20 levels. Or I'll not be playing the first 20 levels. I'll be limiting the random number generator range to the first 20 levels. Aha, see, the first one says sandwich. As far as I'm concerned, sandwich is not a RobTop level. Your request is now deleted. We love Sandwich by RobTop. The best level ever. Alright, number 15. Is that an actual thing? Yep, Clutterfunk. Alright. Based choice. Already seen this. Set it for a star rate. Raving Raptors, if that person just continues to spam, feel free to time him out for a while. Alright. I'll do the first 20 levels again, just because, you know. Alright. Number 4. Another Misty Walrus request. A D4 die level. Ooh. I found that D4 die gameplay is, it's a 50-50 whether or not it's fun or, you know, I want to die playing it. We'll see. This so far isn't too bad. Apparently it's going on the coin route there. Ooh, harpsichord. I love me a harpsichord. Harpsichord is low-key one of my favorite instruments. LP Passy? Is that what that just said? Oh my god, that's a name I haven't heard of in a long time. What's up, Legends of GD? How you doing? This song sounds pretty epic. Hopefully the optation to it. Hopefully the level matches the song's coolness. But it is definitely a random Pokemon, I guess. Sure. Definitely an old level. Till it's definitely like 5 years old. I mean, it is 5 years old, but you can easily tell by the designs. Gig's appearance, nice. D for die, ILP, LP Passy, Shattarium, I don't know how to pronounce that. Optation, Abdu, Shimmy Shimmy, and Gigs. Pretty good lineup. I still think that could get rated. It's got some good quality. Okay. Now let's go ahead and raise the upper limit for our random number generator to the full form, 171. And we roll 87. It definitely shows, but not in a bad way. Not at all, yeah. The blob besties. Skip request. Okay. I'll get to that after this. This is cool. I'm liking these custom orbs. You know, a couple Star Grinders out there will probably yell at this creator for using custom orbs and also, you know, swing game mode. But, you know, they're just bad at the game. This is cool though. I'm liking this a lot. That did say final stretch. Hopefully it doesn't end right here. Okay. There is a little bit more at the end. That's good. I don't know what the gameplay here is, so I'm just going to be trying to stay in the middle. It was cool though. I like that a lot. Definitely think that could get an epic, so I'll send it for that. Alright, let's do that skip request. Good lord, where is the frickin' actual ID in this paragraph you sent? Alright, there it is. Already seen this, send it for a star rate. So now I guess we gotta refund those points. Who did that? Prod. Reject. Alright, you got your points back. Next up, 192 levels. And we roll number 21. Literally the last one of the original range. A Dansman level. What the hell? I still think that Dansman just had like unparalleled like intensity for the time. Like really good song representation in all of his levels. Except for this part, I guess. As soon as I was you know, talking some nice things about Dansman, you know, this part decided to disappoint me. I don't know what's going on here. I kind of lost the plot of it. I've lost the plot with this level. What's happening? Okay, I guess. Bit of a rushed ending. I feel like if the level kept up the beginning parts quality, I would have honestly probably sent it for a feature. But I think with that, I'll send it for a rate. Because it's got a weird ending. You've been here since 8 seconds into the stream? I'm sure a lot of other people have. I don't see them complaining about it though. 201. Sorry, 209. And we roll 141. How am I today? I'm doing good. The deeper you go, the brighter it gets. Okay. What the hell was that, dude? And you can see the top of the structure. That really triggers me. How dare I be able to see the top? There's a lot of invisible gameplay right here, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Kind of wish I was able to see. Definitely feel like there could be a little bit more going on here. While the grading here is pretty good, unfortunately it's just not enough substance for my liking. Wish there's a little bit more air deco going on, and just generally some more stuff in the background. You joined the stream before Destro was born in 2003. Well, I was born before then, so you would be wrong. $217. 135. There's a hard to insane demon. I'll give it a little bit of chance. If it's anything memory based, I'll say screw you. Is this a Nong or something? Because this song is really not going well with this level. Either way, if it is a Nong, I'll be judging the song. I'll be judging the level with this song anyway, so. That's evil. There we go. Yeah, I think a big lesson that for some reason creators don't know is to actually choose a song that works well with the level if you're using a Nong. Because, like, there's so many mods. It's not just a me thing. There's so many mods that don't send levels with Nongs because the replacement song is just some arbitrary song that doesn't, like, work with the level at all. And unfortunately, this is kind of one of those cases. There are some mods that don't send Nongs just in general. Like, if a level has a Nong, it's not getting sent in some mods' eyes. That's a stupid gameplay skip. Like, what's the point of patching your gameplay like this? Like, it just makes it not fun. But yeah. I mean, the deco itself isn't half bad. There's a couple of parts that feel like they could be a little more vibrant. It really muted the colors. And some of the gameplay is a little rough, but it's, you know, palatable to some people, I guess. Not for me, personally. No, so yeah, like, the song is not at all matching the level. So I think I'll go ahead and skip the rest of the level, unfortunately, because you need to have a better song. You got a 1.4 style level yesterday that used a Nong and had no replacement song. While I played the level, though, it was never getting sent by me. Yeah. Like, people... There's some people out there that expect mods to use Jukebox, and they're like, why don't you just use Jukebox? Not everyone uses Geode, and not everyone who uses Geode uses Jukebox. So you just telling me to use a mod just so I can play your level with a specific song, you're just coping. I'm not going to play a single level with a particular song if you don't use a proper song that's already on Newgrounds. So yeah. $235. 91. Cattosis. This is mitosis, but with cats. I haven't seen any cats so far. I'm severely disappointed. Unfortunately, the song rep isn't entirely there. There's definitely some room for improvement. Also, these designs are rather messy, them just being the same blocks just scaled down like this. Kind of leads it to be a rather messy look. There's no cats in this level. Very disappointed. Yo, Uchka Animations. Hello. I apologize if I butchered your username. I'm not very good at sending or pronouncing level names or usernames. Good God. What is this kid doing? This kid has been following me like all stream. Yeah, unfortunately there's just not enough substance in this level. Why is the song intense but the gameplay isn't? That's my question exactly. That's a surefire way to get your level not looked at. True. I should go... Hold up. Alright. 137-416-646. 137-416-646. Alright. Not sent. Alright, next up. 249. $160. Ooh, an old level. Hell Machine. Okay. You're trying to skip the queue? You still got like 15 minutes before it can be used again. Holy Laser Blitz, dude. This is Laser Blitz if Laser Blitz put too much effort in. I will say though, Laser Blitz style is something that I'm low-key missing a little bit of. I feel like we don't really have any creators out there that still make a style like this. This is more plat new than Laser Blitz. What? If anything, the amount of the amount of messiness kind of reminds me of Zaryak. You guys know who Zaryak is? XYRIAK or something like that? Alright, let's look at this level again because I low-key forgot it. But yeah, this part is just like... there's so much happening. It's just kind of... It's just so like... I don't know what to say about it. It's just so messy somehow. Under-detailed. Honestly, true. Yeah. Like, see, like, all this messiness right here? This should be at least, like, 40,000 more packed in here. And, like, this part right here, like, look at this. This is super, like, not detailed compared to this. Like, you should have at least 5 of these within here. Add more details. I can still see my icon. True. Also, yeah, the video bitrate itself is not good. So, if you're wondering why your your stream doesn't look good, trust me, it's not you, it's the video. Also, what's up, Howler? How you doing? What are these Xylonox looking saw blades, dude? But yeah. It's a cool level, a little too messy for my liking. I feel like Laser Blitz style definitely has like a threshold of where it gets too messy, and unfortunately like a lot of this level has definitely passed that. So I'll send it for a rate because of how messy it is. It still looks cool, but it's just too cluttered for my liking. Yeah, there was a level by Parallax? Nope. Oh no, he's freaking After Party. Ah shit, there's so many. By GD Parallax. This is probably the latest Laser Blitz style level we have gotten posted to the servers. I sent it for, I think it came out a couple months ago. Still hasn't gone up. Still hasn't gotten rated yet. $282. We do have... No, we already did that skip queue. Gotcha. Skeletal shenanigans for Destriv is like a feature if he's in a good mood. I send skeletal shenanigans for Mythic. I don't know what you're talking about. 129. Whoa. Is this another Nong? I don't know. It is a hard to Insane Demon anyway, so I'll just watch the video. Can't be asked right now. It is a Nong. Alright. You want a fried chicken? This level looks cool. Decent shader usage here in the blocks. Using the I forget what shader does this, but using this technique, really cool. Let's spam fried chicken. If you want to be timed out, feel free to do so. Yeah, this level's sick. Hopefully the Newgrounds replacement works, because I'll be very upset if they chose a poor song for this. Alright. Is there a Nong showcase? There's not. Alright. Guess we gotta look in the editor. Do I do list requests? I do not. There's a 2.1 level. Alright. It at least has similar vibes so far. Okay. Not too bad. The sync. That part did lose a little bit of its sync. It at least has, like, similar vibes, you know? Okay. That's decent enough, I think. Oh, wait, whoa, hold up. Hold up. You better not have chosen a song that ends. What's going on? I don't know why this song is, like, ending before. What is this, dude? I'm just gonna let it play. Not sure why the song is, like, ending beforehand. GD is perfect and has no bugs. Yep. That's what I say. Wrapped Up's code never has bugs. Definitely some weirdness happening with the song. I don't know what's going on. I did lose the sync, unfortunately. That sucks. That's unfortunate. I think because of that, most I can send this war as a star rate. Level stuff is really cool. I just wish there was a little more sync with the original song. What's happening in YouTube chat? Aw, people disagreeing with my opinion. That's cute. Alright. 314. 168. Live Lig. Okay. Oof. The only way to win is to use a song that's only on Newgrounds. Easy. Or get someone to, or commission someone to do a cover for you. It means lively in Danish. Gotcha. If my level doesn't have a vid but it's a demon, will I play after stream? If it's like an insane or extreme demon, I'll play it after stream, but like anything easier than that, I'll go ahead and play it. Unless it's a platformer. If it's a demon platformer, I will play it after because I don't like playing demon platformers on stream. What just happened? Oh, I wasn't even looking at the screen. Not a lot of song representation here. And the gimmick of just pressing the orbs, unfortunately, just like you click like 5 times in this level, and it just kind of brings down, like, for me, like, you know, the interesting part of the gameplay. I also really wish that there was a little bit more variation going on, because it's, from what I can tell, this similar deco the entire level. So I would definitely try adding some different parts of the level. There's not really like much to really separate each part from each other to make, you know, a part of the level look unique compared to the others. It just kind of feels like one part for the entire length of the level, and I'm not really the largest fan of when levels do that because it does kind of lean onto the lazy side of things. But yeah. Is this kid still following me? Stop acting like a doctor? What? I like how this guy's still following me around. I'm not going to play your level, buddy, if you're just going to be sitting here and like, how many comments have you doing this for? Look at this. Look at this. Like, you're just doing this the entire time. You're bringing this upon yourself. All right. So if you want me to, like, you know, actually have a chance of playing your level, don't do what you're doing. You're just making yourself look extremely immature, and I don't tolerate that in the slightest. But yeah, this level, unfortunately, like I said, it does have too much of similarity, samey throughout deco, and I would definitely recommend having a little more variation. $332. $271. Whoops. Lunar Wave. All right. At least bro verified legit. Yeah. I mean, level itself, I'm sure you guys can already tell what I'm going to say about it, you know. It's just too, like, there's definitely some effort put in here, but not a type of effort that I particularly enjoy. Like, I didn't like Tidal Wave. So I think a level being inspired by Tidal Wave, I'm not going to like as well. So we have a skip request. I'll get to that after this level. This is super unique. Exactly, bro. Yeah, it's a little too bright for my liking. Anyways, let's go skip through. Whoa, there. We have some pink. The pink has been introduced. Watch out. Bro. My ears. Anyways, yeah, unfortunately it's kind of messy. And I'm not the biggest fan of it. The pink color scheme, while, you know, pink, lunar, we all saw that coming. But it's just the color values were too similar between the foreground and the background. There's not really much contrast, not really anything to really make the structure stand out. There's a lot of copy-paste between the structures as well, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. And the rock, you know, top and bottom, the ceiling and the floor of the parts, while it's decent, I guess, wish there was a little bit more there. Wish there was a little bit more effort put in, because it definitely, once again, it seemed very copy-pasted. Check if that same dude is trying to make me play the level. I'm sure he is. He doesn't need or deserve any more attention from me. Cold Tunnels. It is a 4-minute plot, so I'll just go ahead and watch the video. Hello. Guys, can we, like, get some more original sound effects for coins instead of always using the ROP top ones? Atmosphere in this level looks decent, though. What is happening here, dude? Oh, you have to control him? Oh, that's cool. How long does this skip queue cooldown? Like 30 minutes or something? This looks cool. It is a decent gimmick, but it seems tedious, unfortunately, and also it's very slow. And this is just for a coin, so at least it looks like it's just for a coin, so at least you are able to not go through this. But it kind of seems a bit too tedious for my liking. Boo. Spooky spider. I will say in platformers, I'm not the biggest fan when levels do this, where it's alright, you have to go down this path just to get a key, to then have to backtrack through the entire path and go to the thing that you unlock with the key. I'm never a big fan of when levels do that. Because that's just like padding the total time it takes to complete this level without really having much more like additional content in the level. Alright, yep. We did not really need that camera movement. Kind of, again, pads the level time in a way that I don't really like levels doing. Large amounts of backtracking is super tedious. Yeah. For me, the most tedious things in platformers are backtracking and then, like, having to wait. Like, if you unlock something, don't make, like, a 5 to 10 second cutscene of the camera moving to whatever you just unlocked. Just allow me to figure it out on my own. Spooky. Burn it. There's good ways to do backtracking. For example, most of your Metroidvania games or levels show this decently well, giving you new ways to get through it faster. Exactly. Like, if you want a perfect level, in my opinion, for backtracking, look at Quarion. But yeah, unfortunately, a little bit too much backtracking, a little bit too tedious gameplay mechanics, unfortunately, for me to send it. The atmosphere in this level was decent. There was a bit of copy-paste. I wish there was a little bit more progression as you went through the level. Let's take a look at it. What is this giant thing of red, dude? But yeah, like, it does look pretty similar throughout its entirety, and it seems that is the level as a whole. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of wish there was a little bit more variation throughout, instead of using these blocks here throughout its entirety. I don't know. There's definitely ways to do platformers and separate the sections out, and I wish that most platformers still... I feel like... What am I trying to say? I feel like a lot of platformers try to, like, use the same design throughout the entire thing a little too often. And it kind of just, like, lends itself to seeming really samey and kind of lacking ideas, unfortunately. 344. A great example for managing backtracking in games that could be good inspiration would be Castlevania Symphony for the Night. I'll take your word for it. I've never played a Castlevania game, so I don't really play too many platformer games in general. Like, I never played Celeste or anything like that. 6 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and look at this later. $3.44 once again. 23. You want to see? Well, unfortunately, I'm not spending 6 minutes on a single level, so you won't be able to see. Unless it's like an auto level. Whoops, accidentally clicked off the screen. Try all your levels. I'll personally pass, kitty cat. Thank you very much. My ears did. What did that just say? Download the Nong on Jukebox before playing. How about no? It at least syncs somewhat so far. What? Oh, I clipped the edge. That's super annoying. I will say the boat core camera, flying back and forth, not the biggest fan. We got some sort of dream core type thing. Alright, once again, seen this a lot. Kind of getting old. Unfortunately, the song has kind of lost its sync with the level. Hopefully it, you know, returns at some point. There's some weirdness happening. Yeah, it seems like it lost the sync, which is a little unfortunate. The level itself isn't too bad. I feel like a lot of the structuring could be a little bit more interesting. It's a lot of just like one block wide structures, which is a little unfortunate to see. I managed to screw up their spider gimmick. Haha. No, I screwed myself over because I need to be a large. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately the sync has gone out the window. So, kind of lending itself to me to not send this one. But I do want to see the rest of the level though. Spooky. What even hits me? I don't even know what's like the attack to this level. I just kind of just explode out of nowhere. But yeah, the song in the actual level, it's gone out the window in terms of its sync. Some of these dual parts are a little rough, kind of hard to manage. Definitely a bit of balancing issues with the gameplay. This level has more cats in it than a level called Catosis. That upsets me. For Jam Attack CC6, isn't this Jam Attack CC about making your own song? Like, shouldn't you like get whitelisted if you're making an entry for this creator contest? What number are you in the queue? I got no clue. Yeah, personally, I'm going to have to pass on this one. Even with the song aside, I feel like the gameplay was really rough in parts, and I feel like there could be a lot more structuring that was a little bit more interesting than just like one block wide things. Alright, we have 355 levels in the queue, and we roll number 111. Perilous Thunder Zone. Bit of 1.9 love. Love to see it. Unfortunately, because it's 2026, we have indicators, so that makes the UFO gameplay kind of boring. So, you know, back when UFO gameplay was actually interesting before indicators were introduced. That was a weird transition. I'm not sure what happened there. Can I see the chat? Yeah, I can. I'm just, you know, focusing on the level, so I'm not reading every single message. And plus, there's a lot of people here, so I can't really read every message. Ah, go up. A couple of odd moments in this level, but overall this is not bad in the slightest. And most of those odd moments were with the game, with the gameplay. So I think a star rate should suffice. Demon? Sure, easy demon. Alright. 360. And we roll number 45. Oh, this guy's spamming. How cute. Bye. Not sure if this song really fits this deco style. Ooh. Also, that's a rough transition here. You should probably try and fix this instead of just having the bottom of the parts. the bottom of the part here. Do you got a double timeout for 24 hours? Nice. Nice. Love to see it. Alright. Not sure how I feel about these time warps that are kind of appearing at random intervals. I feel like a lot of these transitions as well need a bit more like clarity to them. Because there's a lot where it's like, alright, you transition and then you gotta, you know, click immediately. You can see the top of this block. I would also fix that. Like, you should not be able to see the top of that block. Ding. But yeah, I feel like this level is missing a decent amount of air deco, especially in these first parts. Like, there's a lot of potential. I'll definitely just like fix a lot of these transitions, both visually and gameplay-wise, because a lot of them are a little too sudden, a little too disjointed from one another. But as for the level in a whole, add more air deco. Add some more song representation because there's not really that much like pulsing or anything going on, and fix a couple of gameplay moments because there's a couple of oddities there. What happens if you spam the form with IDs? It won't work. They get deleted, so you're just being stupid for no reason. 362. 348. Thank you for killing me at the beginning. I feel like when levels do that, they should like turn off the death effect because it makes it very obvious and weird whenever you kill the player first attempt. Alright, sure. My player's over here now. Not the biggest fan of the persistent scan lines here. I feel like they kind of lead to just an unnecessary crutch, especially for parts like this where the other portions of the parts are rather empty. The blocks are real simple. I feel like there could be a little bit more structuring going on. The colors themselves are decent. There's some color schemes here that I feel like are a little too saturated, particularly the purples. Yes, once again, the oversaturated purple. But I feel like there could be a little bit more going on. I don't know if a level got submitted more than once. I have a script running in the background in my form that deletes any duplicate IDs. So every ID only appears once. Definitely not a bad first attempt at a rate-worthy level. And like if I go over here to my actual form, like I have 413 responses in the actual form, and then 365 in the filtered spreadsheet. But even here, if I go to question, I can see that this ID was, you know, put in 5 times, right? So, you know. $276. Grind District. Over 100 duplicates, just sad. Yeah, it's very sad. Not sure how I feel about some of these colors. I feel like they're a little too washed out. Parts like this are a little better though. Isn't this... Yeah, this is a remake of Rupture. I love Rupture. I don't get the hate on Rupture. Could be a little bit more song representation here with some of the pulses. Yo, Xanax. Thank you for the 200. Much appreciated. Yeah, this looks neat though. I like it. I think there could be a little bit more song representation, like I said, so a star rate I think will suffice for this. What's NGN? I actually don't know. Maybe Norwegian? Hold up. NGN currency. Oh, Nigerian. Okay. $367. And we roll 66. There we are. SeaWorld CC. Didn't realize that SeaWorld's still in business. Ooh, this looks cool so far. That bubble looks so scrumptious. Boop. How do you know what position you're at? You don't. That's the fun of it. There's really no benefit for you knowing what position you're at, so I don't allow people to see what position they're at, because there's no benefit for it. Very much of a style change here. That's a little odd. Don't you hate Argentinian pesos? Because I actually do. What? Thank you. That equates to 7 United States cents. I'm not sure if these bubbles are collectibles or not, but I'm trying to hit all of them. I don't know what's going on with these bubbles, bro. They keep on appearing, and they're not necessarily off the beaten path. So like, I can't tell if they're actual collectibles or they're just like something to add within the level. I can't tell. But these parts look cool. I'd say the first part did have a little bit higher quality than some of the others that I've seen. Now, so the disjoint between the design style, what the hell, and the art style like this, not the largest fan of it, but it's still decent, I think. Any bubbles appearing in this part, bro? No? Oh, we're in space, apparently. Apparently there are no bubbles in space. This was cool, though. I like it. I think a feature should be fine for this. I keep on freaking clicking off my screen, it's annoying. Not bad. Alright. I'll play one more level, and then let's go raid someone. $375. $259. This is an extreme demon. Sleeperville, dude. Losing my mind? I am losing my mind because of all these friggin' extreme demons that are popping up. God, they're so boring. Alright. At least you chose a good song, so I'm not completely losing my mind. What are the numbers for? I got no clue, bro. People are just typing. Power. It turned into a wave carried level? Ugh. That's boring. Now look at this. Why? That's how to take an interesting gameplay and then like turn it into something boring. It's like why do we have to have these types of gaps, bro? Like what do you mean this gap right here, bro? That's top extremes nowadays are so boring. Because they're all just wave and nothing ever interesting. Like Lightning Rod? We need more levels like Lightning Rod or whatever the level's called. This level is pretty cool, though. I do love the mirror portal usage, you know. I hate on mirror portals, it's just, you know, ineptitude. Basically. What if I made a ball in UFO base extreme? Would I like that? Yeah. But it's not some wave carried nonsense. This could have been a pretty sick dual wave with like throwing a UFO or something in the bottom half. Yeah, you're right actually. I didn't even mention that. It's a dual wave, but this entire part at the bottom is just there. There's no reason for it to realistically be there. Like, there's no gameplay being used within this. Like, the second player, unless it's like hidden for some reason. Like, behind... No, I can't even see that. That's so weird. Either way, untapped potential there with that part. Parts like this are cool. Well, yeah. Cool. What if you make an extreme that's swing carried? Then I'll most likely enjoy it more than anything else, because we need more swing based levels. Yeah, not too bad. Bit of potential that could have been taken advantage of, that I feel like it would be better if there was a little bit more going on, but I think a star rate should suffice. The only real problems I have with mirror pulls are all the technical issues. Oh yeah, I got you. Like hitboxes on death not working, gradients being broken. I know exactly what you mean. Alright, I do see we have a skip request, so we'll finish off the stream with this skip request. Combo breaker. Inspired by Vlak. Ooh, high hopes already. I love me a Vlak level. Was that Crash Bandicoot? Hold up. What was this freaking thumbnail, dude? Was there no thumbnail? I swore I saw a Crash Bandicoot for a second. No? Alright, anyways. Definitely see the Vlak inspiration here. I'm liking it a decent amount. This looks inspired by Bit Reaper. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I definitely see it. Huh? The 2.2 monsters has spikes. Okay. Let me go look at Bit Reaper real quick. Bit Reaper. My Vlak. Let's see if there's a lot of similarities here. Is this Evan guy okay, bro? He's just spamming numbers. Yo, Evan, I think you need some time to like look at, like, you know, over, like, just think yourself over. So enjoy 10 minutes. Okay, I can definitely see this level of inspiration, but it's definitely not like, you know, stolen by any means or anything. It's just, you know, it's inspired by Vlak, and, you know, this level does one thing that not everyone does. Actually says inspired by Vlak in the description, so I think we are good enough to go ahead and send this. For a feature, no less. Cool level. Yay, credited inspiration. Yeah. People don't like to credit inspiration for some reason. I'll never understand why. Either way, let's go raid someone. How long is Techno streaming for? 1 more hour? Sure. Let's go raid Techno. If you guys spoil the raid, you're getting banned from my stream. So don't spoil it. Raid Destructive, honestly true though. What about his YouTube chat? All I can say for you guys on YouTube is appreciate you guys for coming out. If you want to go on to Twitch and join the raid, feel free. But yeah, appreciate you guys for coming out. I did stream level quests every day this week for the past 7 days. I don't know when I'm gonna be streaming again because, you know, obviously that takes a decent amount out of me. But yeah, remember !CC if you want to join my auto-based creator contest. !Discord to join my Discord channel. All right, see you guys.